Hey guys, Tab here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by to cook with me today. So y'all, before my girls left for school this morning, they asked if I would make my meatless garlic Parmesan pasta. And so I've made this several times before, but I decided to go ahead and put this on camera today so that way I can share it with you all. And so I will make sure that I link the recipe in the description box below for you all. And if you decide to try it, make sure you let me know in the comments what you think about it. So now I am going to flip my camera around and show you the ingredients that I'll be using, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, let's cook, y'all. Today I'll be using melted butter, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, garlic powder, heavy whipping cream, chicken broth, a Parmesan wedge, and these are my penne noodles that I'm gonna be using, salt and pepper. So I like to take my Parmesan wedge and cut it in half, and then I take half of it and I put it into my food processor, and then we'll go ahead and get both pieces of this shredded up finely for the pasta. Now that we're done shredding the Parmesan wedges, we are going to head over to the stove and get started. I went ahead and added my butter to the pot, and so now I am going to add the cream cheese, and we'll get that stirred up. And just make sure, if you decide to make this recipe, you guys, make sure you have a whisk and you continuously stir this so that way it won't stick to the bottom of your pot. So we're going to put that in there. And then I am going to add my garlic powder, which will be a teaspoon and a half. I love garlic powder, so I went ahead and added 2 teaspoons here. So we're gonna get this stirred until it's smooth and creamy. So I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit, and now I'm gonna start adding the chicken broth and the heavy whipping cream, but I am going to alternate it. So we're gonna do a little bit of the broth. Then we are going to do a little bit of the heavy whipping cream. And this is a little bit thick because I had this in the freezer. So, and I had to let that thaw out. So we're gonna start mixing that together. Okay, we're gonna do more broth and heavy whipping cream. And so I'm gonna finish mixing all of this together, and we'll come back in just a second on the next step. I've added my salt and my black pepper, and I went ahead and put just a little bit more of garlic powder in here, you guys, because I love garlic powder. So we're gonna get this all mixed together. I'm gonna go ahead and pour my shredded Parmesan cheese in here. Now with this, when you get to this part, do not whisk this because your cheese will get all into your whisk, and it's so hard to get out, you guys. So I just went ahead and grabbed a big spoon, and we're gonna stir this up until it's smooth and creamy. Make sure you constantly stir it so that way it won't stick to the bottom of your pot. All right, we'll get this smoothed out, and I will let you see what it looks like when it's all done. My mix is starting to simmer now, and so I'm just gonna stir lightly, and I just went ahead and put my noodles on. I don't like to put them on too early because I hate soggy noodles, because I do put this in the oven to bake for about 10 minutes. The recipe doesn't call for that, but I do add additional Parmesan cheese to it and bake it for 10 minutes, and I will show you guys how I do that as well. So I went ahead and removed the sauce from the heat, and I am just gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes to let it thicken up more. And then by that time, my noodles should be done, and then we'll get the noodles poured over into the sauce, okay? So now that my noodles are done, I've already drained them, and just make sure you drain all of the water off because you don't want the water watering down your sauce here. So I'm gonna start putting some of these in here, and a lot of times I have to eye it because sometimes I put more noodles than what I need, you guys. So I am going to put just a few more. I think I can go ahead and just put all these in here. So I've already put the noodles here, so I'm just gonna get that stirred up really, really good in the sauce, and I will let you see what it looks like, you guys. So this is what the noodles are looking like in the sauce. So we're gonna get that stirred up really good and pour it over into the pan. Now the recipe doesn't call for this, but I like to add extra Parmesan cheese on top once I pour it in the pan, and then I bake it for 10 minutes, just long enough for the cheese to melt on top. And that's just the way my family likes it. And I will show you what that looks like, you guys. So now I am going to pour my pasta over into my casserole dish. Oh, please don't let me make a mess. Be very careful because this stuff does splash, you guys. So we're going to get this all poured in here, and I want to make sure I get all of that sauce out of it. And let me set this on the stove. So I'm gonna take my spoon and just evenly put this all around in here. Spread this sauce all around. So now I am going to take a bag of Parmesan, shredded up Parmesan cheese. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top all around. And like I said, you guys, the recipe doesn't call for this, but I just like to add just a little extra cheese on top. So along with this, I am going to be cutting up some romaine salad. So we're going to have salad on the side with this. And also I found a recipe on YouTube. It's a 3-ingredient recipe for some rolls. And I'm going to make that after I put this in the oven, you guys. If they turn out well, you know I'm going to come back and I'm going to share it with you all. All right, this is what it's looking like with me sprinkling the extra Parmesan on top. So we're gonna pop this in the oven. I've already got my oven preheating on 350. Pop it in the oven for 10 minutes, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, here it is. It's all golden brown. I ended up putting it back in the oven for another 10 minutes so it can get golden brown on the top, you guys. But this is what it's looking like. So I'm gonna give it a second to cool off, and then I will let you see what it looks like on the inside. And here's what it's looking like, you guys, after I let it cool for about 10 minutes. So like I said, I found a recipe on YouTube that I am going to try. It's a homemade yeast roll recipe that I'm gonna try to make to go with this today, along with our salad. And so if those rolls turn out good, you know I will definitely share it with you guys. And also, if they turn out good, I may go ahead and just take a picture of it and insert it into this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it today. Have a blessed day, have a blessed week, and on your way out, if you would please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Bye, guys.